What if someone has already given you their heart, and you're living your life unaware of it? It sounds almost unbelievable, doesn't it? But that's how love works. It rarely announces itself with a grand speech. More often, it slips through the cracks of daily life, quietly shaping the way someone looks at you, speaks to you, or even stands near you. The human mind is fascinating. Psychology tells us that hidden affection always leaks out, through gestures, micro-expressions, and choices that feel too subtle to notice. Someone may never say "I love you" out loud, but they will say it in the way their body leans toward you, in how their schedule mysteriously opens up for you, or in how nervous they suddenly become in your presence. And here's the secret. These signs are not random. They're patterns, proof that the heart speaks long before the mouth does. Once you learn to recognize them, you'll start to see what others miss, the invisible language of love. In this video, you're going to discover 8 sweet and surprising signs that reveal you've stolen someone's heart without even realizing it. These are not the common cliches you've already heard. These are deeper, lesser-known signals that reveal the truth people often try to hide. Stay with me until the very end, because the last sign is so powerful, so revealing that once you notice it, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. Welcome to Psychology Zone, where we decode the hidden truths of human emotions. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and join us, because here, we teach you how to see the unseen and understand the unspoken. Now let's dive into the very first sign. Sign 1, they seek accidental run-ins. Have you ever wondered why certain people keep showing up in your life at the most random places? Maybe at your favorite coffee shop, the park you visit, or even in the grocery store aisle. It feels like coincidence, but is it really? When someone has secretly given their heart to you, they often create these so-called accidental run-ins. They might not even admit it to themselves, but deep down they're drawn to be where you are. Think about it. A person who barely has time for others suddenly has time to cross paths with you. That's not just chance, it's effort disguised as coincidence. Psychologists call this proximity seeking. Humans naturally try to place themselves close to the people they feel connected to. It's not about stalking or being obvious. It's subtle, gentle, and often unnoticed. They may justify it with excuses. "Oh, I was just passing by," or "I didn't know you come here too." But truthfully, they knew there was a chance of seeing you, and that was enough reason to show up. Sometimes it's not even about talking to you. Just being in the same space makes their heart feel lighter, their day feel brighter. It could be the coworker who always chooses the same lunch spot as you, the classmate who randomly picks the seat next to yours, or the friend who somehow ends up at the same event you're attending, even though they're not really interested in it. These run-ins give them tiny moments of closeness. To you it might feel like nothing. To them it feels like a secret victory. They may look calm on the outside, but inside, their heart is racing at the chance to simply be near you. And here's the fascinating part. They might even convince themselves it's accidental, when in reality, their choices are guided by a pull they can't ignore. Sign 2, they subtly mirror your actions. Before we move into the next sign, let's pause and talk about something fascinating: mirroring. Have you ever noticed how someone starts sipping their drink right after you do? Or leans back in their chair when you lean back in yours? This isn't random behavior. It's an unconscious signal of connection. When people care deeply, their body naturally begins to copy the rhythm of the person they're drawn to. Psychologists call it the chameleon effect. It happens when someone's feelings are strong enough to influence their gestures, posture, even their tone of voice. Imagine you cross your arms during a conversation, and within seconds they cross theirs too. It's not that they're mocking you, it's that their subconscious is aligning with you. This kind of mimicry builds closeness without a single word being spoken. It silently says, "I'm with you. I feel what you feel." Think about laughter, for example. You laugh at something silly, and suddenly they're laughing too, sometimes even harder than you did. That's not just humor. It's emotional synchrony. You take a sip of coffee, they do the same. You tilt your head, they tilt theirs. You walk a little faster, and their steps match yours without thinking. It might look small, but these subtle reflections are one of the purest signs of affection. They show that the person isn't just paying attention, they're tuning into you on a deeper level. Sometimes it happens so smoothly you won't even notice it. But if you start paying attention, you'll catch these patterns. It's their body's way of saying, I like being in your world, and I want to move in rhythm with you. Sign 3. They synchronize movements and rhythms. Before diving into the next sign, let's explore something subtle that most people miss: synchrony. Have you ever walked beside someone and realized your steps naturally fall into the same pace? It feels effortless, almost automatic. This isn't just chance. When someone's heart leans toward you, their body rhythm unconsciously begins to align with yours. It's their way of being in tune with you, without ever trying. Psychologists call this interactional synchrony. It means two people start moving in harmony, like they're dancing without music. Picture this. You tap your fingers on the table, and a few seconds later, they're tapping too, almost in the same rhythm. You shift your weight from one leg to the other, and suddenly they're doing the same. It's not about copying, it's about connection. Their body is saying, I want to move with you, I want to belong in your flow. Think of conversations you pause to take a breath, and somehow they pause at the same time. You speak softly and their voice naturally lowers too. That's synchrony in action. This kind of rhythm matching builds trust and comfort, even if you don't consciously notice it. It creates a sense of unity, two people acting as one without planning it. Watch closely when you walk together. Do your strides match? Do you both slow down at the same moment? That's not your imagination, that's chemistry. It's as if your bodies are communicating on a deeper level, beyond words, beyond thought. When movements and rhythms line up so perfectly, it's often because their feelings for you have already taken root. Sign 4. They show protective gestures. Before we continue, let's focus on a very human instinct: protection. Have you noticed how some people step a little closer when the crowd feels too tight? Or how they casually guide you across the street, even if you didn't ask? These gestures may look ordinary, but they carry deep meaning. When someone secretly cares for you, their protective side quietly comes alive. It can be as small as holding the door a second longer, or as subtle as standing between you and a stranger. These are not rehearsed actions, they're instinctive. Think about how they lean forward when you're speaking, as if shielding you from distractions, or how their eyes quickly scan the room when you seem uncomfortable. That's affection showing itself without words. Sometimes it's in the little sacrifices. They'll offer you their jacket when it's cold, or slow their steps so you don't walk alone in the dark. Psychologists call this a form of caretaking behavior. It's rooted in the natural desire to keep someone safe when emotions run deep. You might also notice micro-actions, checking if you reached home safely, adjusting their pace so you don't trip, or warning you about something ahead. Even in conversation it shows. They'll defend your opinion in a group, or shift the subject if you look uneasy. What makes these gestures powerful is that they often go unnoticed. To you it's just kindness. To them it's love quietly speaking through action. When someone's heart belongs to you, protecting you even in the smallest ways feels like second nature. Sign 5. They use inside jokes or teasing. Before we dive further, let's look at something that seems playful on the surface: teasing. Have you noticed how some people create tiny jokes only the two of you understand? This is more than humor. It's a secret language. When someone's heart leans toward you, they love building small worlds where only you both belong. Think about it. An inside joke doesn't work with anyone else. It locks out the world and locks in just the two of you. That's intimacy disguised as laughter. Playful teasing often serves the same purpose. They'll poke fun at you in a light-hearted way, not to hurt, but to create a spark of attention. It could be a funny nickname, a silly reminder of something you once did, or a playful exaggeration of your habits. Behind every joke is a deeper intention: to make you smile, to draw a reaction, to keep the conversation alive. Psychologists say humor is a bonding tool. When someone teases you gently, it shows they're comfortable. And that comfort often comes from affection. You might notice they remember even the smallest moments to turn into jokes, things others would forget instantly. And here's the interesting part. They'll often laugh harder at these jokes than you do, because to them the connection is the reward. Every time they bring up that shared memory, they're reminding you, without saying it, that you share something unique. It's their way of keeping you close, even in the middle of an ordinary conversation. When someone chooses you as their partner in laughter, it's often because their heart has already chosen you in silence. Sign 6. They display strategic physical closeness. Before we go further, think about how space works between people. We don't let just anyone step into our personal zone. But when feelings are involved, distance begins to shrink. Have you noticed someone who always seems to sit a little closer than expected? Not too close to be obvious, but close enough to feel their presence. That's no accident. People who secretly care often position themselves within reach, where a glance, a touch or a word feels effortless. It can be in small ways, choosing the seat next to you instead of across the room, standing shoulder to shoulder when others leave plenty of space. Psychologists call this proximity behavior. It's a subconscious way of saying, I feel safe with you and I want you to feel me near. Sometimes it's in how they lean in when you talk, or tilt their body toward yours, even if there's plenty of room to spread out. Watch how they move in group settings. Do they drift closer to you without realizing? Do they linger near your side when the crowd shifts? Even in casual moments, their body betrays their heart. Sitting on the same couch cushion, walking just a step behind or ahead, brushing past you in subtle ways. These choices may look ordinary, but they're deliberate, tiny ways to feel connected without exposing too much. It's not about physical touch. It's about presence, being close enough to feel part of your world. When someone keeps finding reasons to exist in your space, it's often because their heart already sees that space as home. Sign 7. They exhibit awkward or nervous behavior. Before diving into the next part, let's think about how emotions affect the body. Strong feelings rarely stay hidden. They spill out through nerves, slips, and awkwardness. Have you noticed how someone stumbles over their words when you're around, even though they speak confidently with others? That's not coincidence, it's attraction breaking through their calm. Sometimes it shows in fidgeting. They play with their phone, adjust their sleeves, or tap their fingers as if their body can't quite settle in your presence. Blushing is another clue. A sudden rush of color on their face when you tease them, or make eye contact can reveal what they're trying so hard to hide. Even their laugh might sound different, softer, quicker, or a little too loud, as if they're not sure how to control it. Psychologists say nervous energy is a natural response when someone's brain is flooded with emotion. Around the person they secretly admire, their system reacts with restlessness. Watch how their body language changes. Do they avoid direct eye contact, only to glance at you the moment you look away? That push and pull is their nerves speaking. Sometimes it's clumsiness, dropping things, losing their train of thought, or forgetting what they were about to say. Even silence can give them away. Pauses that stretch too long or sudden hesitations are signs they're carefully filtering their words. To you, it may look like awkwardness. To them, it's the overwhelming pressure of wanting to impress while trying not to reveal too much. When nerves take over, it's often because their heart is already too invested to stay calm. Sign 8. They prefer your company, even silently. Before we finish, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. The power of quiet company. Not every bond is built on endless words. Sometimes it's about simply being there. Have you noticed how someone chooses to sit beside you, even if there's nothing important to say? That's not boredom, it's comfort. When a person's heart leans toward you, they don't need constant conversation. Your presence alone feels like enough. Think of moments when they stay longer than necessary, after the meeting, after the group chat, after everyone else leaves. They aren't waiting for anything specific. They just don't want the time with you to end. Psychologists say this is a sign of companionable silence. It means someone feels so at ease around you that even silence feels like connection. It could be the friend who studies quietly beside you, the co-worker who lingers at your desk, or the neighbor who stops by just to sit and share the moment. These are not wasted minutes for them. They're small treasures, time spent close to the person they secretly value most. Watch how their body language shifts. Do they relax near you, even when no words are exchanged? That calmness is a rare sign of trust. Sometimes they'll smile without reason, just because being in your company gives them peace. Even their choice of company reveals the truth. Surrounded by others, they still gravitate toward you. Given an option, they choose you. It's not about doing something exciting together. It's about feeling content. knowing that simply sitting near you is enough to make their heart feel at home. These quiet gestures often say more than words ever could. Love doesn't always announce itself loudly. It hides in these subtle actions, the glances, the pauses, and the silences. If you notice these signs around you, maybe you've already stolen someone's heart without even realizing it. And maybe, just maybe, their unspoken feelings are waiting for you to notice. If this video helped you see things more clearly, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and subscribe to Psychology Zone. For more insights into the secret world of human behavior, your support means the world, and it helps us bring you even more powerful truths about love, mind, and relationships.